Hello, good evening, and welcome to Stone Monkey Radio Future News. I'm Sally Marifat.
And I'm a person who hasn't picked a name yet.
Tonight on Stone Monkey Radio Future News, the news that we want, not the news that there is, the US government has been tried for crimes against humanity.
Hate groups have been sent to Mars penal colony.
The super rich have been charged with crimes against humanity, and their wealth has been redistributed. They're currently being forced to perform community service.
The entirety of the housing market has been disestablished, and now there's free homing for all.
Universal healthcare has been declared across the world, and indeed the universe.
And generally, everyone's just decided it'd be nicer if we were a bit nicer to each other.
Well, that's all we've got time for tonight. Thanks very much for joining us. Hello, and welcome to another advisory information film. This week, we will be discussing how to conduct yourself during and around the sports ball tournaments.
If you, like many other enjoyers of the sports ball tournaments, find yourself struggling not to cause property damage or violence towards others, we have some helpful tips to help you not destroy other people's property for no reason.
Try drinking half a pint of water to every pint of alcohol that you drink.
Treat property as if it were your own, and do not destroy it if you would not want yours destroyed.
Remember, everybody is somebody to somebody else. Treat everybody else as if they were a friend, whether they support an opposing sports ball team or not. Therefore, you should not be punching them, or breaking a bottle in their face.
Generally, just do not be a dick.
Absolutely. Avoid being a dick at all costs. This has been an information film.
Thank you, and goodbye. Do you mind helping me out? I'm really confused and lost.
Sorry, London. Don't stop to talk to people.
Hi. Can you help? Sorry.
I can help you. You okay?
Yeah. I'm really confused. So I'm sorry. I'm not from around here. I'm using a phone app to try and find my way around the tube, and I'm looking for Southgate Station, and I know that there's multiple versions of some of your stations. You've got High Street Kensington, and there's a Kensington Olympia and stuff. So I can't find Southgate Station. I can find this one, Gareth Southgate Station. Can't find Southgate Station.
Well, they've all been changed just because of the World Cup, because people think it's entertaining. I'm really sorry that it's so confusing. People are very, very obsessed with the sports ball.
Oh, goodness, not this again. See, I had this trouble last time. When they were getting around Christmas, they renamed all the station names to things that were Christmas-themed. And I know that TfL think it's cutesy, but if you're like me, travelling, don't know the area, it gets very confusing very fast when, you can't actually look up the name of the place you're trying to get to.
I understand that it's very confusing. I'm very sorry that we've done this to you on behalf of the people that live here. Although, clearly, I'm not from here. But anyway. I've kind of talked myself into a corner here, haven't I?
You have, but I appreciate that you agree with my point that it's very silly to change the names of stations on signage when people are relying on those signs to get around.
Especially during the holiday period when people who are almost certainly travelling to see family.
Indeed. Thank you. I'll let you and your confusion about your own voice get on with your day, but thank you very much for helping me out and sharing in my frustration.
It's been lovely to share this moment with you. Toodaloo. What the fuck? Last time on Mundane Office RPG, you had just got off the train from work, surrounded by sweaty business persons. On the platform in front of you, you saw a dog with a scroll in its mouth. What do you want to do?
I want to open the scroll.
Okay, you reach forward for the scroll, and then a large, burly person wearing a full plate armour with a sword on their back steps in front of you and takes the scroll from the dog, pets the dog, and the dog runs away, and they leave without you. Okay. So you're leaving the station, realising that the dog was nothing to do with you. It was all just for some big important venture, but this is Mundane Office RPG, and you don't get to do all that stuff. So, you're walking down the street, there is a large group of teenagers. They look very intimidating, and they're sort of eyeing you in a way that makes you feel quite uncomfortable. What do you want to do?
I want to hold the stapler in my pocket as to suggest that I have something to defend myself with so that they won't mess with me.
Okay, roll clever.
Okay, so that's a +3. Okay, so that's +4. +3.
+3. Okay, you successfully walk past the teens. They are threatened by the bulge in your pocket and back down, but they do keep sort of tracking you as you walk past. And you suspect one of them might be smoking a joint because they've got a sort of something right down by the side of them, and they do look like they're about to explode from holding their breath. Okay, you head home and get into your apartment, and you think about some dinner. Roll to make dinner.
Oh, do I get any of my approaches for making dinner?
How will you make dinner?
It's been a heck of a mundane office RPG day, so I just want something quick and easy.
Okay, roll quick then.
Okay.
Oh,
+1,
wow.
+2, +3, +2, +4.
+4. You make the most amazing dinner. It is glorious. There's very
And
little.
quick.
There's very little in your cupboard that is sort of still in date. There's like half a packet of beans and some herbs and spices and a little bit of bread that you managed to scrape some mould off. But you do make the most amazing banquet out of it somehow.
I somehow turn it into like the fanciest burrito.
You do, the fanciest of burritos that ever there was. Okay, so you have a nice dinner, you sit and watch a bit of TV, maybe play some Fortnite, and you head to bed. So let's see you roll carefully into bed.
Let's see how I get into bed. -3 on carefully getting into bed.
Okay, you manage to stub your toe on the end of the bed, you fall forward and crack your head on the headboard, and you feel really unwell. You realise that it's probably not a good idea to go straight to sleep, so you force yourself to stay awake a little bit longer, and it's like 4 in the morning by the time you finally do pass out, and you know that you've only got like an hour and a half before you're going to have to get up again, which is a bit poop.
That's a bit poop.
But you fall asleep and you dream of a beaver with the face of Björk licking a small china cottage on a wooden stick. But you recognise the small china cottage as a small ornament that your great aunt had. She's about to tell you something really important. You sense that within you. And then she dissolves into a series of small, miniature Rubik's Cubes all over the floor. And the tiny china miniature cottage shatters. And you wake up in bed. To be continued. Dum dum dum.
Right. So, new club, opening
going
this
bang.
weekend. Opening this weekend.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a worry though.
Yeah, what's that?
So I tested out a main dance room the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, you can feel the bass.
Nice.
You know, like
Go
you
on,
can
feel it right
you
in
can
your
feel
chest.
it right
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
chest,
yeah.
but like I'm worried that it's not enough bass. Like
Not enough bass.
is being able to feel the bass in your chest enough bass? So
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
wondering-
you want it to set your feelings off, really, don't you?
oh exactly. So I'm wondering where else can we set bass speakers in this club? So Martha thought
Yeah.
ceiling.
Absolutely. I
So
mean,
use real estate,
no,
innit?
exactly. No one's looking at the ceiling. I mean, their eyes might be rolling upwards, but they're not looking at the ceiling, I assure you.
If their eyes are rolling up, they ain't focusing, are they? But so, thoughts on speakers on the floor? You can feel it in your dancing feet. If they're big enough, they might even bounce your feet off the ground so that your feet are automatically dancing to the bass.
Nice. Yeah, people just like vibrate around the room. It'll be amazing. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What about, had you considered maybe the walls?
Oh, the walls is a good idea.
Yeah.
Or the doors, you can have thin
Doors,
bass
yeah,
speakers
yeah,
for
like-
the doors.
I know, a really nice set of B&O speakers that'll be perfect for doors because they're real flat.
So
Way a fucking ton though.
it might be a bit last minute, but I've got one last idea.
Yeah, what's that?
What if we redo the club so the whole thing's inside one giant speaker?
Where are
But-
you going to get a 380-foot bass cone?
I'm sure if I go on Etsy, someone will have one.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like the kind of thing you get on Etsy, yeah.
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 Yeah, that's
It's
what I
really
reckon.
banging, yeah.
We literally put them inside the bass speaker.
That sounds perfect. I know some people who are really in jungle that would absolutely fucking love that.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I'll see you for the opening this weekend once we've turned the whole belted into a speaker.
Nice. It's going to be banging.
Banging! Oh, goodness, it's finally convention time. Oh, how are you doing? Are your costumes almost ready?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited to get it all done. I've been working on my costume for ages.
Have you got any bits like I've got that are just like a little bit fiddly about your costumes?
Well, like on the first day, I'm gonna do like a zombie, and I've got all these prosthetics to go on, and they take a really long time. I've spent ages just like molding them, and like now they're all really ready and stuff. And I'm gonna spend like probably about 3 or 4 hours gluing them to myself, and then of course I'm gonna airbrush my whole body and paint on all of the individual veins. It's probably gonna take me. I'm probably gonna be up most of the night just to get ready for the con. It's gonna be amazing though.
It is. I'm just wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small, but like, go you!
Thanks. I mean, like, that's only the first day, though. Like, I've got, like, this whole thing ready for the second day. I've spent the last 18 months making this elaborate wingsuit that just automatically deploys when I press a button. You have to be really careful not to stand too close to it, because I did actually knock out my younger brother. I smacked him 60 feet across a hockey pitch. For some reason, I was testing it at a hockey pitch. I don't know why.
Day 2, I've got to turn my skirt around sideways and like breathe in a bit to zip it up.
Really, that sounds really, really stressful.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, so like for the last day, I'm having like my arms and legs broken and extended so that I can play a much taller and longer character. I'm gonna basically be Slender Man. The problem is at the moment I'm 4'8", but I'm gonna have to be about 8 foot tall to play Slender Man. I'm also having my face entirely buffed off and painted white.
Yeah, I'm also cosplaying Slender Man on the final day, but I'm just gonna wear like a white morph suit and be okay with my height not being identical, but like, you do you.
Thanks.
Okay. So you're bringing your client, and I'm sure this is. I realize that they're famous. And there has been some controversy recently with your client. I'm not sure if they're really a good fit for this project.
No. Listen. My client, she can play literally any part under the sun. Doesn't matter if they're anything like her. If you can give her what roles she done. She can play Asian. She can play trans. She can play whoever, whatever.
I'm just not sure she can play a black man.
What do you want about? She's an actor. Their job's to act, to be something she's not. What do you want about?
Okay, Scarlett, if you could read the line. What are you talking about, Willis? See, that's not Gary Coleman.
What do you want about? That's a flawless impression. I'd like. Would it help? Would it help if we sent her to the makeup department?
I mean, that already sounds real fucking racist.
If we don't do that?
How would you not do that? Are you suggesting we perhaps CG her or something like that? Get a 3D model of Gary Coleman. And then she just voices him, maybe, and does the mocap.
All I'm suggesting is that this is a role, and she's an actor, and she shouldn't be prevented from doing a role just because she's not like the person that the role is based on, so...
I mean, she is
Scarlett
diverse.
Johansson, name appeal, draw to seats.
Sure. So, the Gary Coleman story, Scarlett Johansson.
Yes, I'm sure you can see it.
Sure. Okay, so we'll pay you like $35 million.
I'm glad you see nothing wrong with our pitching suggestion here. Thank you.